Hi, it's Mrs. Clark. I'm going to be showing you how to write equations given 2 points. We're going to finish filling in our notes at the bottom of our ISN page. We filled in the top 2 doors, and now we're working on the third door called given 2 points. So you should have this white piece of paper you're going to glue in on the side here, which has all your steps written for you. I know it was hard to fit them in the last door we did, so typed them up for you so that they'd be there. And then here's the example we're going to be using. 4, 2 is our first point, and 2, -4 is our second point. So first thing it says is step 1. Use the slope formula to calculate slope. So we got to remember what the slope formula is. So might be a good idea to annotate this here. Slope formula, and then I need to remember what that is. So if I flip back in my notebook, I should be able to find it on page 37. So at the top here, I have the formula up here. M equals change in y over change in. So I'm going to focus on this formula up here. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to go ahead and annotate that, write that right into my orange paper. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I need to figure out which one's my y2, which one's my y1, so I'm going to label both of my points. x1, y1 for the first point, x2, y2 for the second point. Now I'm going to calculate my slope. Make sure you leave enough room here. Slope equals, so y2 comes first, so -4 will come first. Subtract y1, which is +2. On the bottom, x2 comes first, so 2 subtract x1, which is 4. Now to simplify, -4 minus 2. Oh, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a -2. Fill that in. -4 minus -2. -4 minus -2 becomes -4 plus 2. On the bottom, 2 minus 4 is a -2. On the top, I'm going to simplify again. -4 plus 2 is going to be -2. On the bottom, I also had -2. When something is over itself, that reduces to 1. So my slope is 1. So I want to write my equation, y equals mx plus b. I know my slope already is 1. I need to find b. Now, in order to find b, I've got to pick one point to use. So I'll just use the first one for -2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute my x and my y from that first point and the m that I just found, which is 1, into y equals mx plus b, and solve for b. So it's just like the last one that we did now. So in y equals mx plus b, first I start with my y value. I chose to use this point. So I'm going to start with -2 equals m, which is 1 that I just got. Then I need to put my x in, which is 4. I'm going to use parentheses to remember to multiply. And then plus b, because I'm trying to solve for b. So here I multiply these two next. -2 equals 1 times 4, which is 4, plus b. I want to solve for b, so I need to get b alone. I need to get rid of this 4. It's a +4, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract 4, so that cancels out, and then b is alone. And I'm also going to subtract 4 on this side to keep my equation balanced. So if I cross those out, I'll have just b on this side. And on the left side, if I do -2 minus 4, I'll get -6. And when you get to this point, feel free to type that right into your calculator. -2 minus 4. b equals -6. Now I have to take my b and I've got to substitute it in over here into my y equals mx plus b. I have my m. I'm going to substitute that in as well. So I just have to rewrite my equation now. Y equals 1x minus 6. And that is my answer. So after you get that glued into your notebook, then you're going to watch the next video, and we're going to do 2 examples just like this together.